My name is Carina Gardner, and I'm what you would call a practical designer. If you're ready to create a life that you love, become an incredible force for good, and generate income while pursuing your dreams, this is the podcast for you. Welcome to Make and Design. Hi, designers. So today I'm very excited. We have Anne Swanson on, and today we're going to talk about yoga, meditation, her brand new book, and I just want to welcome you onto the podcast.
I am so glad to be here. As an artist myself, I originally went to art school. I love, working with my hands, but I'm an artist turned scientist. I ultimately, went in the science direction. So it's really exciting to talk to you.
Oh, so fun. So, I don't hear very many people going from artist to scientist. So, tell me a little bit about that transition for you.
Yeah, so I was always like very artsy as a kid and always doing crafts and drawing. And I got a scholarship to go to art school. And that was the path, I was the artsy one and my brother was the sciencey one, and he was going to pre-med. And that's what we were just always encouraged to do as kids. And we showed skills in. And it's funny now because years and years later, we both have flipped. My brother is now a screenwriter in LA, and I teach about the science of meditation and yoga. It turns out I'm really into biology and anatomy and physiology and neuroscience and psychology. So specific sciences, not all. Chemistry wasn't my thing, but when I found my thing, ultimately I was able to combine it because the books that I wrote, Science of Yoga and Meditation for the Real World, they're with DK. And if you've ever seen a DK book, they're part of Penguin Random House, and they do these gorgeous illustrative coffee table books. So I worked with some of the best illustrators and designers in the world. So it's just been kind of a melding of those two sides of me.
Yeah, that's incredible. So, tell me how you got into, I should ask you, which did you get into first, yoga or meditation?
Definitely yoga. I came for the physical practice. And by the time we got to the meditation portion of the class at the end, I'd be looking at my watch like, it is time to go. I have things to do. This is a waste of my time. See, I was a very like type A, and now I say I'm a recovering perfectionist. I just didn't get it. And it took time, but as teachers introduced different techniques and I'd experimented with it, I would feel like, oh, wow, that's what it feels like to relax. That's what it feels like to have a weight taken off your shoulders. And I found that, through meditation, it helped me with my chronic pain, my severe anxiety, and even, it helps spark creativity and motivation and productivity. So it's helped me in my craft also.
Oh, that is incredible. So, so cool. So, what did it take to get you to be like, ooh, this meditation thing might be for me?
Okay, let's actually do a like 1 minute meditation technique right now. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your shoulders as you're listening to me right now, wherever you are, even if you're driving, listening to this, take your shoulders and squeeze them up toward your ears. Pucker your lips, squint your eyes, squeeze the tension out, 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 and sigh it out. Let's do it again so that you can really sigh it out.
Yeah,
Inhale,
and just so you guys, because you're
squeeze.
listening, I'm literally doing it with Anne.
Yes,
So,
definitely do it with me. You got to do it to feel it. And exhale, release it out. And if you were to see us, our shoulders have dropped down. Feel as if that weight has been taken off your shoulders. Take a few deep, slow breaths, feeling your head gently floating up like a balloon, shoulders dropping down. And notice how you feel. In one of those first yoga classes, we did this technique. It's now I know the science of it. It's called progressive muscle relaxation. So you squeeze your muscles one by one through your body. That's really the most effective one. We just did neck, shoulders, face, because most of us hold a lot of tension there and we don't even know it. And as you squeeze each muscle group, you're teaching those muscles on a cellular level the difference between tension and relaxation. The muscle fibers are able to lengthen more and let go more after they've been squeezed like that. And it's just teaching your nervous system, oh, wow, I really was kind of wound up. I was shrugging my shoulders up. this is what it feels like for them to be relaxed. And for me, when we did that, full body, head to toe. So you do it your face, your shoulders, your arms, your legs, all the way down to your toes. And then you release and you're lying down. I was like, whoa, this is what it feels like to let go of that tension. And that's when I was able to be present for the first time, I'd say, present in silence. I think a lot of us become present and in that flow state when we're doing our craft. Whether you're creating something, painting, playing guitar, we get into what psychologists call that flow state. And we're completely immersed in the activity. And all of us want more of that, right? That's when you like feel so into it. You get so much done. But I had never experienced it just in stillness. And that was the first time for me. And once I got a taste of it, I just kept wanting more.
Yeah, I can totally see why. Like, I mean, I finished just that. We just did it like what, 2 or 3 times. And I did
Mhm.
feel like this feeling of calm. It's actually even hard for me to smile because I can feel myself, like my face muscles relaxing at the
Ah,
same time,
yes.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, your jaw drops, your facial muscles release. We hold this like facade on our face through the day. And when you finally let go of it, you're like, wow, this is what it's like to be just me and not hold that facade for the world.
Yeah, so fascinating. Okay, so I mean, I don't know if this is a real question. Do you like yoga or meditation better now?
Well, meditation is actually the majority part of yoga. It's just in the West, when we think of yoga, we think of the physical poses, which is only 1/8 of the practice. And if we were to break it down, the philosophy is part of it, the breathing practices, the more like focus-based practices and release practices of meditation. I would say 4 to 7 of the 8 parts of yoga
Yeah.
are meditation. So, my answer is both, obviously, because meditation is a big part. But I think, whether you like the physical part of yoga and going to yoga or not, meditation can be for you.
Mhm.
And the physical practice of yoga prepares you for meditation. So maybe you prefer swimming or running or, going to the gym. That can be your mindful movement where you're present and you're feeling, the effects physiologically of getting the blood pumping and helping your body out. And then you can do your meditation. And,
Yeah.
and so it's going to be whatever works for you.
Yeah. So tell me why you decided to write the book.
Yeah. So I first wrote Science of Yoga, which has these like gorgeous illustrations of the poses that are all CGI. And, of course, I talk about meditation in there because that's a big part of the practice. However, everybody focuses on the poses, and all the reviews are all about how the poses and what's taught about them. And I was like, okay, now next book, I really want to focus in on the meditation part and incorporate the science of it. So I teamed with Harvard neuroscientist Dr. Sarah Lazar to integrate the most cutting edge research in the book. So still has the science for those skeptical people or, the people that are like, oh, this is too woo woo for me. It's got decades and decades of research to support this practice. So it also has step by steps. That's what I really wanted is how does the beginner, practice? Not the monk, not the person that's going to be, advanced and devoting their life to this, but how do like in the real world, real people, I always say I teach busy people with busy minds. How do we practice meditation?
Mhm.
And for me, that's a lot of, short practices for specific things that you're dealing with. If you are grieving the loss of a loved one, it's going to be a different meditation than when you're feeling anxious and overwhelmed, before seeing your family, or when you're trying to get into flow state before doing your craft. That's going to be a different meditation than when you're trying to fall asleep, right? So you can flip through the book like a handbook to find what you want. And you could do short practices, even like a 1 minute meditation, kind of like what we just did,
Yeah.
to reset.
So incredible. I love it so much. So of your findings, since you are a
Mhm.
scientist and kind of finding out about, how people are using this, has there been a study or something that kind of astonished you in the research of, yoga and meditation?
It's funny, it doesn't really astonish me that what we're discovering in the most cutting edge neuroscience is supporting what these masters have known for ages. Listen, meditation has stood the test of time. It's been around for thousands of years throughout cultures. It's not just from India, all throughout the world, people meditated and had their own techniques. It is something I think that is all pervasive because it works. It's going to continue to stand the test of time over generations and generations. So I'm not surprised, actually, honestly, I'm surprised that it's taken us this long to make it accepted in the mainstream. But now people are realizing, it's good for my brain. It rebuilds, physically rebuilds brain tissue that tends to degrade as we age or when we deal with anxiety or depression. So your brain gets bigger in critical areas, which is a big deal. You are improving your mental health, helping with sleep, helping with relationships, less incidences of depression, anxiety. And then we could break down every single system of the body, really. Like your cardiovascular system is extremely improved. That's one of the biggest areas of research. So lower blood pressure, lower heart rate, improved heart rate variability. So like resilience and stress resilience. These measures are all very clearly improved through meditation practice and less incidences of heart disease. And then, we break it down like immune system, less sick days at work. We could dive into the cells. The cells even change. Within the cells, the way your genes are expressed change so that you're more likely to have expression of positive genes that are helping with your immunity and overall health and fertility and all of those things versus the negative genes that many of us, my grandpa or my mother had this, so we're scared of.
Mhm.
And what we found is that your genes are not your destiny. That 90+% based off of twin studies of your likelihood of getting a disease is lifestyle,
Mm.
not your genes. So for the majority of these conditions, your lifestyle makes a huge difference and meditation promotes a healthy lifestyle. You're going to start to make better decisions about your food, about your sleep, relationships, more connected with yourself.
Yeah, so incredible. You guys, really, really cool stuff. And if you're really into this stuff, I would suggest you go check out her book. So, will you tell us a little bit about where you can buy it, the names of your books? You have two of them,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So that so you guys can go check them out.
We'll definitely go to meditationfortherealworld.com because not only will you get the book and you'll find out about how to get science of yoga too, but you'll get my new book. But you'll also get into a meditation challenge for free as a listener to this podcast. So 5 days, less than 10 minutes each day of meditations that have the science to support them. I briefly explain the science and I incorporate music and nature sounds that have been engineered to optimize your brain waves for practice. So they're very unique meditations. So you get the best, most optimal experience for just that 10 minutes, since I know we're all very busy. So definitely go to meditationfortherealworld.com.
That is incredible. Okay, we will make sure and put that in the show notes. You guys can check out the books, Meditation for the Real World, which is really, really that is a fun URL. So I love it so much. And it's been so wonderful to have you on. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you soon. Did you know you have access to more free design content, die cut files, and sewing patterns? Join our exclusive VIP group for free by going to designsweetcourses.com/free.